Hey guys, so today I have a clean with me video for you, but I thought we would try something different for the voiceover part. So today I'm going to be talking about some random topics while you watch me go through the house and clean up some stuff. So anyway, first topic, let's talk about being a stay-at-home mom versus being a working mom. Now, I have done both. Baby Barret, who is my third little baby boy, is the first little guy that I have been able to stay home the whole time with, which has been really exciting. I started staying home more when my second Aaron was like 8 months old, I believe, and Calvin at that time was over 2, so like 2.5-ish when I started staying home more. But yeah, Barret is the first little guy that I've been able to stay home with the whole time, and it has been absolutely wonderful. Being a working mom kinda sucked. I didn't enjoy it. You know, everybody has different feelings about that, I think. I think there are a lot of women who really like going to work and getting away from the crazy little children, and there are a lot of women who like to be home with the kiddos. You know, everybody has their own opinions on it, and I think that it's totally normal to have a very, a varied opinion on it. Like, there are good things about staying home, there are good things about working, and vice versa, So anyway, being home with Barret has been awesome. Number one reason why is because I haven't had to pump all the time. I never realized how much I hated pumping until I got to experience what it's like to actually just feed baby on demand and not have to worry about pumping all the time. Like, not having to worry about your supply and how much you have in the freezer so you can go back to work at 6 or 8 weeks postpartum or whatever. It's been super duper nice. Like, I do pump for like if I'm taking the boys over to grandma's for half a day, if I have like a doctor's appointment or something, or if they're staying the night, me and my husband are gonna go do something and the boys are staying the night at grandma's. Of course, I'm pumping for grandma to be feeding the baby for those nights or those days, So I do pump occasionally, but it's nothing like it was when you're a working mom and you're pumping, like 3 times a day, every day at work. And the cool thing about that is just how well my boobies have regulated themselves, that they're literally only creating enough milk for Barret. I'm not like artificially telling them to create more milk because I'm pumping more than Barret actually needs, It's been so nice having my boobies just like regulate themselves and not be super full and engorged all the stinking time. It's just super nice to not have to be on such a like strict schedule for getting the milk out, because it's all about supply and demand with breastfeeding, and being able to just feed when Bear wants it or needs it. Okay, so yeah, breastfeeding and pumping, that's a great reason that staying home has been awesome. Another thing that's been awesome is not having to like wake up on a schedule, just being able to wake up when the kids wake up, which is early anyway. Like Calvin, my 5-year-old, wakes up at 5:30 pretty much every day, and that's about, that's not as early as I would have woken up to take everybody to work, I don't think, but it's still pretty stinking early. But just knowing that you can wake up and kind of have a lazy day for a little bit, you don't have to immediately hop out of bed and start getting dressed and getting ready and everything. It's been super nice being able to just wake up on our own terms, except for the fact that Calvin just started kindergarten, and it has been quite the adjustment for me personally, trying to get us on a schedule, because we didn't really have any kind of schedule before. Like, yeah, we all woke up at like pretty much the same time every morning. We all go to bed at the same time every night, but everything in between, we got to do whatever we wanted. If we wanted to go to the store at 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, or we wanted to go to the park at 9, or whatever we wanted to do, we could do it. We didn't have a schedule. Whereas with Calvin getting off to school, I have to have him up and ready, and we all have to go out to the bus stop at this particular time. We'll have to be ready to go pick him up from school at this particular time. It's been really strange to try to put everybody on a schedule after living the first, 4 months of Barret's life not having a schedule. Now, the other things that I wanted to mention about working versus staying home have to do with not having to drop the kids off and feeling sad. Like, I can remember many times, especially when the boys were little, dropping them off at grandma's in the morning for me to go to work and just being so sad that I didn't get to spend the day with my kiddos, you know. Just occasionally. It wasn't all the time. It was just every once in a while, you know, you were having like a really great morning and you really just wanted to spend the day with your kiddos, you know. And I am so fortunate to have, you know, the grandmas. My mom and my mother-in-law were the ones who watched the boys when I had to be going to work. So I knew the person. I was very well acquainted with the person who was going to be taking care of my kids all day. And so I didn't have any of the stress of leaving them with strangers, you know. So I was super lucky in that aspect, definitely. And not to mention the fact that, you know, the grandmas need and want time with the kiddos as well. So I tried to convince myself, you know, it's as much for me as it is for them. You know, I have to go to work, but also the grandmas want to spend time with the kids too, you know. Now I will say there is one thing that I miss about working, and that was being able to leave work and stop by the grocery store on the way home without all of the children in tow. It was so nice to just go to the grocery store by myself. That's one thing that I super miss, was just being able, not even necessarily the grocery store, but just like being able to stop by Target if I wanted to like try on a pair of pants or something and not have to take everybody with me. It was nice to have that little bit of time between like, okay, I'm getting off work now, but I'm just gonna stop by somewhere on the way home and not have to worry about everybody. You know, it was just me at the store doing what I needed to do. I definitely missed that. Packing everybody up to go to the store is no fun, especially if you want to go shopping just for yourself. If you want to go like clothes shopping or makeup shopping or whatever, dragging the children with you does not make it a fun experience. Just if you ask me, just my opinion. So yeah, like being home with the kids, of course, is awesome. It's great being able to watch them grow and see all their milestones first thing, you know, but also there are no breaks, you know. Even if the kids are good, maybe one of them's napping, one of them's watching TV or whatever, and you try to go, you know, to your room to finish your makeup or try to sit down and read a book or whatever, you just try to have a moment to yourself. It's never really a moment to yourself. There's always going to be somebody who needs something. Somebody's got to go potty. Somebody doesn't sleep as long as they need to for their nap time. You know, someone needs a snack. There's always somebody who needs something, and there's never really a real mommy downtime during the day when it's just me and the kiddos. So I do miss being able to go to work and just, you know, do my work and also just worry about me. You know, I know the kids are in good hands. I know the kids are with grandma. Everything is fine. I don't have to worry about them all day. That was nice. I do miss that kind of stuff. I would say, like, yeah, maybe I sometimes miss like the grown-up interaction and stuff, but I honestly am like a very introverted person. I wasn't really into talking to people too much anyway, so yeah, I mean, it can be kind of boring and lonely being a stay-at-home mom and not having any grown-ups to hang out with, especially over the last year and a half, you know, trying to, you know, keep your family unit together and not be so exposed to everybody out in the world, you know. Yeah, the last year and a half has been kind of crazy, and that's probably a whole different topic all in itself. Like, okay, I know this is kind of off topic, but like just think about the fact that my 3-year-old Aaron has spent half of his life in pandemic mode where we don't go out and do a bunch of stuff all the time. That is so weird. Half of his life, you know? That's totally insane. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So, does this bother anybody else? Anybody else who's a stay-at-home mom? When my husband comes home and immediately, like, plays on his phone, starts getting on TikTok, just watching stuff on his phone and not, like, trying to sit down and have a conversation with me, it makes me super sad. I gotta be honest, guys. Yes, he deserves a break. He's been working all day. He deserves to come home and just sit on the couch and do nothing, play on his phone and just zone out, you know, but I want him to come home and talk to me about all the grown-up things he did all day. You know, I don't care what the silly stories are. I don't care if it's, you know, just stuff that doesn't matter. I want to have a conversation with a grown-up, you know. It can be so mentally exhausting being around the tiny people all day and never really having any constructive conversations. You know, you're talking about silly things. You know, we're working on our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and stuff. We don't really talk about the events of the day. You know, I just wish that sometimes my husband would come home and be like, and have like a really good story from the day, like something to tell me about what happened during the day. Anything at all. I don't care what it is. I just want to hear, I want to speak to a grown-up. I want to have a conversation with a grown-up. So anyway, I guess those are just the random things I felt like I had to get out today in this video. Let me know if you like this kind of format. If you would prefer I just talk about the things that I'm doing, cleaning, that's fine. Let me know in the comments. If you want me to, if you would prefer that I talk about like random topic stuff like we did here today, let me know that too. Let me know what you need. Let me know what you want down in the comments below. If you have any other video suggestions for whatever, let me know down below as well. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.